What's good, everybody? Hope that you guys are all having a super blessed day, and welcome back to Sharpe Sports. Now, most of you guys probably know me or know about the channel because of my 5-star versus 1-star series. And in that series, we take a look at what the real difference is between a 5-star recruit and a 1-star recruit, respectively. However, we have another series that we do on this channel that I think is just as important, being the freshman versus senior series. The series where we take a look at what the real talent difference is between a freshman and a senior in high school. Now guys, since this is the first freshman versus senior video of the new year, let's get this video to 1,000 likes because I already know that you guys are gonna like the two players that we're gonna be taking a look at today. So to jump straight into things, let's take a look at what the real difference is between a freshman quarterback in high school and a senior quarterback in high school. So to start this video off, let's first take a look at today's freshman quarterback coming out of Newman High School in Louisiana, as well as Peyton and Eli Manning's nephew, Arch Manning. In Arch's freshman year, he led his team to a 9-2 record and had Newman finish off as the 69th best team in Louisiana. And he did that by throwing for 2,407 yards for 34 touchdowns and being named Max Prep's Freshman of the Year. And according to most recruiting websites that cover the freshman class of high school football, Arch Manning is a unanimous top 5 recruit in his recruiting class. So now that you know a little bit about today's freshman quarterback, now let me introduce you guys to today's senior quarterback coming out of modern day high school, Bryce Young. Bryce is a 5'11", 183-pound, 5-star dual-threat quarterback who's ranked as the best player in California, the best dual-threat quarterback in the country, and the second best recruit in the class of 2020. Bryce led his modern-day squad to a 12-1 record where they finished off as the second best team in California and the second best team nationally. And Bryce led his team to this record by throwing for 4,528 yards for 58 touchdowns to only 6 interceptions, while also maintaining a 72% completion percentage and having a QBR of 141.6. Oh yeah, he also rushed for 354 yards and 10 touchdowns, you know, just something light. All right, so now that you know a little bit about today's quarterbacks, now let's jump into the highlights to see what the real difference is between a freshman high school quarterback and a senior high school quarterback. So with that being said, let's jump straight into the highlights. 3, 2, 1. All right, so to start this video, let's first take a look at Arch Manning and see what he was looking like in his freshman year of high school. Like, oh. Okay, so I'm pretty sure Arch is like 6'2", 150, 160. Like he still has a lot of growing to do, but he's a freshman. But I want to see this arm. I want to see this arm talent that he got. Ooh, okay, nice. Hold up, my man out here dropping big boy dimes. You see how quick that releases? Like, I mean, you already knew if he was a Manning, his fundamentals were gonna be spotless. Okay, so, okay, he can improvise a little bit. All right, I see you. Yo, his release is on point. I mean, like, I feel like that's what everybody was going to be expecting is as far as fundamentals go. yo, Arch, I know that Mannings don't really scramble that much, but if you're gonna dive into the end zone, you gotta dive head first. Like, you can't try and pull up at the end. You're gonna get folded like you did on that play. But I'm pretty sure everybody was expecting him to have like crazy polished fundamentals, but for him to take the pressure of having that Manning last name, for him to be at the same high school that him and Odell Beckham also went to Newman High School, to go out there and to lead his team to a 9-2 record, okay, and then being able to drop it over the top like that, let's go. I think that's the most impressive thing. Yo, he can kind of move though. My boy Arch Manning, he got some wheels a little bit. I would say Arch Manning has easily one of the top 5 quickest releases I've covered on this channel, regardless, but normally it's the senior quarterback that I'm covering. And for him to be a freshman and to be able to get the ball out as quickly as he does, and as pretty as he does a really nice ball. Like, it has a nice clean spiral. Like, you can just see how it flies through the air in the highlight tape. And yo, he knows how to let the ball fly. Well, all right, Arch Manning put up some very impressive freshman tape, so let's see how he's comparing to today's senior quarterback, Bryce Young. Like, oh. Yo, man, Bryce Young this year, like what Bryce Young did with Modern Day and what DJ Uyagalele did for St. John Bosco revolutionized the high school football world. That game, the two games that they played together felt like Super Bowls each time. They delivered each and every single time that they matched up. Modern Day got the regular season dub, and St. John Bosco came through and got the dub in the playoffs. But man, it hurts me because Bryce Young, he was going to USC, he really was, and then Alabama came through. It was like, yeah, no, he's too good. We're gonna snatch him up. But I think the biggest thing that again, Bryce Young, when I said that Arch Manning has a top 5 quickest release that I've seen on this channel, Bryce Young's in that top 5 as well. But I think the biggest thing that I noticed from watching those two games, because those are like the two games that I really was able to watch Bryce Young play, was one, Bryce Young's ability to make a play whenever he wants. He doesn't need a bunch of talent around him. Obviously, he did have a lot of talent around him at Modern Day, but he could make a play whenever he needed, whether it was through the air or with his legs. And the moment never seemed too big for him. He always was converting, always moving the chains, and like he really knew how to ride momentum. So yeah, man, I mean, Alabama's tooling up. Tua's bouncing. All right, yeah, bring in Bryce Young, who's basically the right-handed version of Tua, except more athletic. And also another thing that Bryce Young does extremely well is he's able to throw a very accurate ball off of an unstable platform. Whether he's scrambling around or whether he's got pressure on his face, he's still able to throw a very accurate ball. Think of a guy like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, his platform, his feet could be all over the place, but he could still find a way to deliver a very accurate ball. And I think Bryce Young, his ability kind of gets lost, which is with most dual threat quarterbacks. Like, people are starting to realize that just because you're a dual threat quarterback doesn't mean that, like, because he's a dual threat quarterback doesn't necessarily mean that he is a worse passer than whoever the #1 pro style quarterback is. I wouldn't be surprised I wouldn't be surprised. Bryce Young is definitely a better passer than whoever the #1 pro style quarterback is this year. Like, kids are starting to go into college who are elite athletes and passers of the ball, and that's scary. Like, he's just dropping the ball in a basket. Dude, like, that release is so quick. Ooh, okay, let's go. See, he can make a play whenever he wants. And I mean, when he needs to fit the ball in a tight window, he does like 72% completion percentage. Like, that's ridiculous. Yeah, no, Modern Day and St. John Bosco were the two best high school football teams in the country, hands down, and no one was even close. I will say though, even though he is really accurate throwing off of an unstable base, there are certain times where he does need to set his feet, which they'll teach him at Alabama. So, because first off, SEC defenses, they get after the quarterback and they get there a lot quicker. So you're going to need to be able to set your feet quicker and be able to throw a very accurate ball. Well, all right then. I think for the first episode of Freshman vs. Senior, these two were highly comparable. First, let me say that Bryce Young athletically, Arch Manning can't even hold a candlestick to him. Bryce Young is able to run laps around Arch Manning when it comes to the dual threat side. But when it comes to passing, both of these guys are extremely talented. First, talking about Arch Manning, his touch and the quickness with which he is able to get the ball out of his hands is elite. I can only think of one where it really is elite. I mean, for a freshman to be able to dissect the game the way that he can, for a freshman to have the touch on the ball the way that Arch Manning does, and for him to be able to get the ball out as quickly as he is, I mean, he's only going to get better as we go on. I wouldn't be surprised if come 2023, is that, yeah, 2023, if he is the #1 prospect in that recruiting class. And then when talking about Bryce Young, what hasn't already been said about Bryce Young? The kid is ridiculously talented, athletic, and a highly accurate passer of the ball. To me, Bryce Young reminds me of a mix between Russell Wilson and Lamar Jackson. And when you really think about that, that is scary. All right, but with that being said, you have now seen what the difference is between what the top freshman quarterback in the country is looking like compared to the top senior quarterback in the country. And I want to hear from you guys. Comment down below, what do you guys think was the real difference between the two? All right, you guys, with all that being said, hope that y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave this video a like. Again, this is the first video of the freshman versus senior series. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Also, don't forget to comment down below which position you guys want to see me cover next in the freshman versus senior series. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn notifications so you guys can stay on top of all the videos that I am coming out with. Alright, you guys, with all that being said, hope that you guys all have a super blessed rest of your day. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Ciao.